Miss sticks to the ground in Virginia. Private James Stephenson tightens his hold on the reins. Not far off, barely visible in the sunrise haze, waits Light Horse Harry Lee. Soldiers whisper his name like a code. Stephenson's chest thumps. Lee lifts his arm. No words. They charge. Cannons go off. Sabers catch the light. Lee earns his place in the Revolution's story, fast and loud. You ask people about the Revolution, they toss out names: Washington, Franklin, Hamilton. But almost nobody mentions Henry Lee, the Virginian who pulled off stunts on horseback that changed the war's direction. Everybody called him Light Horse Harry Lee. He fought like a ghost at the edge of the Founding Fathers' spotlight. Henry Lee came out of the gate with everything handed to him. 1756. Lee family money primed for a soft life. He didn't buy it. Expectations pressed down and his bones itched for something else. Revolution started burning in the distance and he felt it in his head, not just his blood. They weren't just after some medals. It took guts, quick thinking, and all those book lessons knocked into him as a kid. 20 years old, and Lee torched his safe future. Saddle up, ride for liberty. That's where he landed. By 1776, Lee joins up with the Continental Cavalry. Doesn't take long, Washington notices him. Lee moves fast, thinks faster. On the battlefield, he turns scraps into wins, raiding past the enemy's guard. Washington starts to lean on him, the trusted hussar, always ready to go in light, but hit hard. They called Lee Light Horse for a reason. The man moved quick, almost too quick. His cavalry didn't just scout, they hit hard, sharp, and fast. British wagons, remote posts, it didn't matter. If Lee caught wind, he was there. He punched holes in British lines, cut off their supplies, and rattled their command. After a while, nobody on the other side felt safe. August 1779. New Jersey. Air so thick you could chew it. Lee's planning something reckless, a night strike on the British fort at Paulus Hook. He's got under 400 men, nothing grand. They slip through the dark, break into the fort, catch the redcoats sleeping. When it's over, Lee's men are hauling off about 160 prisoners and slipping away before sunrise. Washington, not one for empty talk, calls it a dazzling stroke. Congress gives Lee a gold medal, only guy below general to get one. Lee didn't just hit hard. He played dirty too. He faked letters, spread bogus reports, threw up sham camps. British officers wasted days chasing ghosts, while Lee's real men slipped past. The redcoats never knew what was real. Lee knew confusion could break an army faster than gunfire. The fighting heads south. Lee's raiders turn into Green's shock troops. Lee's legion, always quick and ruthless, pounds loyalist posts all over the Carolinas and Georgia. They help tilt the Southern War, squeeze the British, and push Cornwallis straight to Yorktown. Lee's men wear those green jackets. Everybody on the field knows who they are. Word travels. British officers swap stories. Colonials listen in. Lee's legion moves fast, hits hard, shows up where nobody wants them, disappears before the enemy can level a musket. Discipline holds, but it's the fear they leave behind that lasts. February 1781. Things get ugly fast. Lee's riders, mistaken for British by some jumpy loyalists, roll straight into the enemy's camp. For a heartbeat, it's chaos. Then Lee's crew flips confusion into a rout. The loyalists break in all directions. Barely a shot fired. Lee leaves the field with his name even bigger than before. Lee makes friends and enemies among the big names of his time. Washington trusts him. Greene works with him. He butts heads with Benedict Arnold. Sometimes they're close, sometimes they're not. In his letters, Lee comes across blunt and loyal to the cause. If principle's in play, he'll confront anyone, friend or foe. Revolution's done. Lee heads back to Virginia. The people call him a hero. Doesn't matter, tough times hit anyway. Debt piles up, reputation takes some punches, the public eyes him close. He keeps moving. In the mess, he pins down a phrase for Washington. First in war, first in peace, and first in the hearts of his countrymen. That line sticks. Still does. Later, Lee hits hard times. Broke, locked up for debt. Still, his mark doesn't vanish. His son, Robert E. Lee, ends up etched deep into American memory. But it starts with Light Horse Harry. His nerve and schemes carve the Lee name into the country before anyone else ever does. Light Horse Harry Lee didn't run the country. He didn't draft the Constitution. But when things got tight, Lee moved fast and thought sideways. He scraped out wins when the army was battered. The revolution didn't just happen in big meetings. It happened in mud, dark woods, and sudden raids, with men like Lee who most people forget. Lee's shadow still stretches over the country. Out on the ragged line, the character of the place got hammered out. Boldness, a knack for making do, and the guts to gamble everything on a wild new country. Flip back through America's early pages. Most founders never bothered with wigs or big speeches. Some just rode at the front, sword out, eyes lit for what came next.